one of the favorites of this event, you know, alongside the young ninjas. I think Mousesports have high expectations of themselves. I think a lot of people have high expectations of this team. So yeah, this is a game they should be winning. But again, we're still in the early days of the Academy League. We don't know fully how to stack everyone up against each other, do we?
No, but that, you know, we can be sure that we're going to learn, Hugo. We're going to have ample opportunity to really feel this one out and see, you know, who's rocking the best Academy team in 2021. So we can see everyone's in now. We're just waiting to get this underway. Obviously, this isn't live. I shouldn't have to tell you that, right?
You know, I'm just waiting for next season when we have Mouz Nxt Academy.
Mouz Nxt Academy.
It's got some of the young up-and-coming prospects of the Counter-Strike scene, including you, Harry. Obviously, not me. Only good players. You.
Yeah.
I think Rushby Ryan was there. I think he's looking.
He's in it.
I saw that shotgun clip on.
Oh yeah, bro, that clip.
Crikey.
That clip's sick, bro. Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
And that's it. It's just a 2v5.
Just a 2v5.
Yeah, no one else.
Me and Ryan
having a great time,
kicking it back.
Howie is coach.
God, yeah. I mean, you know, we would have the social media side of it down, though, with that 3. Maui releasing VOD reviews of our 2-man setups.
Ryan tweeting mid-match.
Ryan just like midway through tweeting about how he wishes he was on Cloud9.
Yeah. Can't win them all, can you? But you can win Inferno, and that's what both these teams are looking to do. It's our first of 4 BO1s today. Of course, the home and away system. Every team taking on each other twice in the tournament as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna start us off with Furia Academy. I'm gonna name some players to try keep an eye on here for the folks watching along at home. Drop, as mentioned a couple of times, he had a great performance the other day, man. On Vertigo, this guy was popping off, and as the analyst mentioned, you know, it felt like a bit of an overperformance out of him. So I would definitely keep an eye on this guy, see if he can keep that up in the second game of the Academy League for Furia Academy. Another player I think it's definitely worth paying some attention to here would probably be ZMB, right? This guy was actually looking real good. He's the man at the helm of this squad. You see him donning the AWP from time to time. He's looking pretty clean there. So he's someone I would say to keep an eye on. And lastly, I'm gonna go with Furia. I'm gonna throw his name out there, right? Because Maui was saying Maui's been bigging up his aggro hold over towards the short side. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see what he can do because we had some nice rounds out of him yesterday, but I don't think we got to see the full potential unleashed on Vertigo. Hugo, where would I be looking if I'm a Mouz Nxt fan?
Well, let's
you can just give me like even 2 names because I kind of named the whole roster.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of missed out on one of the guys I really wanted to see.
What, DCC?
I think he's typically
he was option 4, but I thought if I named 4 out of 5 and just didn't name ninjas,
right?
that's a bit BM, isn't it? So
oh dear. Yeah,
but Ninjas was pretty quiet yesterday, in all fairness. So
that is true.
That is my one reason for him not getting the honourable mention.
And I think, you know, there's something to be said for that. I don't think, you know, if a player comes out of the gate and has a really poor opening game, I don't think it's
representative.
We can't look too harshly upon them, right? It's their debut. Maybe they just got some nerves. Maybe they're warming back in. So yeah, we'll give them a little bit more time before we start laying on some thick judgments. However, from game 1 and day 2, I'm going to say keep your eyes on JDC. Obviously, anyone who's heard this guy's name knows he's a beast, and he showed that yesterday on Vertigo as well. Top of the server in taking down Fnatic Academy in double overtime. So in we go. Mouz Nxt, Furia Academy, and a BO1 on Inferno. Harry, take it away.
Yeah, pistol round underway, and already mid-aggression coming through, thick and fast. Mouz Nxt, they're going to come out looking worse for wear at the end of that one there. JDC has aggro down through mid, so he gets the info that this is just, you know, the B commitment, but information in a 2-on-4 like this, not as valuable as it might seem. There is this early man here in Sui. However, he's getting overwhelmed by the Glocks. So now it is just JDC. They're knifing him. They're knifing him in the pistol round. ZMB. I said to keep an eye on him, and he's doing well by us there. JW obviously stepped down today. Oh man, that is really sad. That is really sad. But that knife kill there, I like to think, was in honor of our guy JW.
Yeah, that's an art as well. ZMB, you know, as the in-game leader of Furia Academy, feels like he takes a lot of inspiration from art. How can you not? He was even closing out yesterday's map with the PP Bison on Vertigo. So yeah, you know, that's one way to do it. The fast, deep Fnatic / Furia smoke, whatever you want to call it, towards CT, and ZMB getting knife kills. Ouch. Mouz, they took a lot of fights in that round, right? Just pushing down mid, fighting Banana. So maybe time to run a little bit more of a passive setup. We got Deagles and Armor. Give Furia some room and see what they do with it. Drop waiting patiently in the apartments. Rest of his team grouped up mostly towards the B-bomb site. Don't have the bombs, so still on this default. Spam for Furia, but he's going to clean up the kill anyway. And now Furia, they can just group B if they want, right? Execute in with a couple of smokes. There's only 2 CTs in position. Util going down, Ninjas gets caught with a nade in hand. And oh dear, at least the gun can be kept in safekeeping for Furia, and out they go back to the A site.
Yeah, knowing that, you know, they've kind of shuffled around this Mouz Nxt defense, they're just going to try to pick up the pace and move in to this double hold at the A site. You can see Xerxen was making his way around now through CT, but he's probably not going to get here in time, especially not with that Moto smoke down, blocking his entry into the site. JDC will chime in with a kill. This could still get out of hand. Ooh, no. Okay, everyone's here. Everyone's holding the fort. It's going terribly wrong for Furia Academy. And in the blink of an eye, the Deagles steal it away. All the momentum got sucked out of that A play in an instant, and suddenly they were left out in the open of these Deagles and the crossfire between pit and site.
Yeah, it felt like they just wanted to exec B after they got that first kill. But let's check out what Furia is saying. Let's see what they're thinking now, Harry, as we take a deep dive into their team speak.
Vamos agora,
Mas tem
começo?
smoke, mas
Sim,
não
de
tem nenhum
começo.
smoke.
E aí eu vou bangar rápida. A gente vai matar um bobo ali.
Matar o cara do meio aqui.
Bangar tabelada ali no muro.
Abre com o meio, cruzado comigo aqui,
Pra abrir e matar o cara, então.
Eu tô provando com a gente nisso. Falo depois.
É.
Ninguém fica no meio.
Peguei tabelada.
Campo. Não, fica no chute, BB. Tem um chute, tem um chute.
Tô gravado Fallen, guys.
Passa a linha.
Tá,
Fala
a gente
comigo?
tem duas... Uma
Fala
frame.
Ninja B, sala. Vamos pra B, guys. Ah, demorou.
Fazendo redomínio. Não, só molou.
Eu também não tem nada a ver.
Uma bang só.
Aham. Aí vai fazer como?
Bangaram. Vamos trocar tiro aqui na mira mesmo.
Abrir
Vamos botar não.
Abrir Fallen.
Eu jogo. Daí falei.
Pode.
Se acelerar, você banga pra base.
Fez passo.
Caixão 1.
Banguei base.
Caixão. Triplo e caixão. Triplo caixão.
Base, triplo e caixão.
Base.
Caixão. Em cima do caixão. Matou tripla?
Peguei
Caixão, tem caixão.
Triplo e base.
Bora,
Não,
decente.
tem que
Bora, decente. Base.
Caixão abrindo.
Tá na esquerda.
Caixão.
Valeu.
Yeah, not the prettiest round for Furia Academy.
No.
But lack
Probably
of
not the
smokes.
best one to like
Yeah.
listen in on either, because like, you know, there wasn't really a lot going for them in a round like that.
Would have loved to
It
smoke
was
for
pretty
CT.
quiet as
Yeah.
well, like, and I think it's because they kind of know that when you're running into a B site with no utility and just Eagles, you're in for a pretty rough time. So now we've got just a full eco looming for Furia Academy. Mouz Nxt really looking to build upon this lead, and a nice clean round might be waiting for them. Can they stop the banana rush? Oh, the nades are brutal. Sui, double kill on the nade, and Xerxen there to lock it in at the end. The nade stacked down banana works wonders, and yeah, they lose one player, but it's not the end of the world. Money is still made, money is still banked up for Mouz Nxt, and now we've got that reinvestment for Furia Academy.
Yeah, Xerxen in the banana, right? As Maui said, he was quite a beast on the A-ramp Vertigo yesterday. So back to banana and being a bully there. Good util, and Furia, they were only eco. They're waiting for this big gun round. So let's see what they can do with it. First full rifle, AK's out galore. Torzi's got the AWP as well. And he's going to head over towards middle. JDC running down mid. They double swing him. My goodness. Torzi was full blind. He couldn't help out either. He's going to try and flick for his decency to take a double. How has he done that? Xerxen even getting caught with nades out. Ninjas grabs that kill, leaving things in a 5-on-2. It's gone very well for Furia. And if they keep holding, more kills will come to them.
Yep, Furia, that's a free one there onto Shane, and this leaves Sui all alone in the 1v5. Oh my word, Sui, you're in. Yeah, oh. They just run him down. Full confidence from Furia Academy. Brilliant stuff. They hold that default, and really, they just keep getting rewarded for their patience, man. The longer they wait, the more destined to win that round it became for Furia Academy. I don't imagine we're going to see a repeat of any aggro now out of Mouz Nxt. Yeah. I think that really does set the precedent that, like, look, if you're going to come to us, we're going to win the round.
It's very confident for Mouz, but they've done it in the pistol round. It didn't go well for them there, did it? And they just did it again into the first full rifle. So, yeah, I can see the game plan. Mouz are very confident. They want to catch their opponents off guard, but right now all it's doing is feeding Furia rounds. Not really what Mouz need to be doing right now. So, yeah, if we start to see some passive gun rounds, them chilling out a little bit more, they should just be fine. Furia, of course, boot camping in Ukraine as well right now. So that is something beneficial, I'd say, having all the players together. I think for the most part, that's not going to be the case for the majority, if not all, of these other teams. I'd imagine most of them at home. So definitely beneficial for Furia in terms of boot camping, in terms of preparing rather, and, you know, even just running scrims in Europe. I'm sure these guys are getting a lot of good practice up against EU teams, things to take home back to their domestic region. We've had a drop for Mouz, so we'll be waiting for a reconnect before we continue.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that must be a really cool experience, right? Like, you imagine, you know, you're on the younger end of the spectrum. You're kind of, you know, you've been grinding away out in Brazil this whole time, and now you actually get to meet up with these guys. You get to see them face to face. You get to hang out and play these games. Like, you know, that makes the difference for even the most seasoned veterans, right? Like, they really feel like you're able to do a lot more on these boot camps in a LAN environment where everyone's together. So, you know, I imagine this kind of experience is invaluable to the youngsters on Furia Academy.
An opportunity that not many Brazilian teams get, right? So I think that's the coolest part, especially not teams of such inexperience. So quite the opportunity to springboard yourself forward in the future.
Even if you look at like organizations like Team One as an example, right? These guys are up there at the top echelons of Counter-Strike. You know, maybe not like tier 1 in terms of taking down, you know, like taking home trophies, going on tournament runs, but they are at a lot of the big tier 1 events. And, you know, even for these guys, they only got to all meet up as their 5 this year, right? Like, for the longest time, Malbs was always apart from the rest of the team. So, you know, like, as mentioned, that's an organization right at the top of the CS world, and they only just got to experience that themselves this year. So, yeah, man, it must feel pretty unreal, pretty surreal for Furia Academy.
Yeah. So may as well make the best out of this situation, right? They did yesterday, taking down Astralis Talent, the Danes, and now they look to do the same versus the international roster of Mouz. Here's another buy. We've got Mouz putting in everything. AWP again for Torsi. Triple short setup. Do we have boosts coming in? Hello.
Oh, active fight up here at top. And man, one of these rounds, it's like so dominant no matter which way it's falling.
Torsi also grabbed a kill with that boost down mid as both banana fights went the way of Mouz. So that's like the inverse to the previous round, right? Where we have Mouz triple push immediately, all die. And now this time it's Furia in a 2-on-5. But the difficulty is there's no way Mouz is going to give you any way back in. They're not going to push, they're not going to probe, they don't need information. They know just anchoring down the bomb sites can win you the round at this point. And even a third rotate to B to make matters worse.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find a way that you could hope to recover this round if you're Furia Academy.
Are they saving?
Are they actually saving 40 seconds?
No. Scrapped an AWP. Checking spawn for enemies. Don't think they're that far. That would be impressive.
Yeah, this is a save, Hugo.
Yeah, they grabbed the AWP, and that's temptation enough. Fair play, like, you know, Mouz weren't giving them any way back in.
No,
anyway.
I mean, that was like one of the worst starts to a round you could have ever had, right? Like losing 3 players instantly without even, you know, really a drop of damage done the other way. That is pretty unrecoverable as far as rounds go.
Yeah, they can drop over guns, they can buy up full next, so it'll be absolutely fine. But Mouz, however, building their own economy with 5 alive as well, so that's a feel-good moment for them. You okay?
No, I'm just thinking, man, I haven't seen a round start like that in forever. It has been so long. I can't get over it. Like, imagine how that felt. That was like the ultimate troll of a round, man. You get ready. Everyone's like, all right, boys, let's do it. Let's keep winning. You know, we just got one. Let's go. Woo! And then they leave spawn. All three died in an instant. And they go, there's a minute left. Let's go save.
Look what it's done to them as well. Way slower out the gate, right? Just trying to take banana with utility and all the mollies coming down. It just has to smoke it just to stay alive. Nades, mollies, spam, you name it. Mouz have got it. Even taking their own Molotov at the top, so maybe a time to back out. Torsi has yet to rotate on the orb. He's finally looking to move over, but they might need him sooner rather than later. Ninjas is trying to find this opening kill. And he seems to be aware of positions, but peeked out wide from CT spawn. Sui's there to answer the call. And right as Furia were grouping for a B hit as well, that's now cooled off.
Oh.
That's bomb.
And from bad to worse, yeah, that's the bomb. That is a bit of a grave error there. That's not one that you will be forgiven for by Mouz Nxt.
Oh, back through.
They're trying to get it. They're trying to get it. Still haven't been able to retrieve it yet. They've actually walked past it. Now they've got it, and now they're committing into B. But with so many players here, right, you're in an even odds 3-on-3 bout to even get into the B site. Churned up by Zershan, and Sui was hoping to lock the round in right there. This is pretty messy. Oh my, 1v3. Furia dead on this swing. It's Torsi's USP to close it out, and Mouz Nxt are up onto 5 after all. Yeah, there were a few awkward mistakes in that one there. I like that Furia Academy were quick to learn the lesson that you can't just run up banana, right? Like, you're not going to get away with that. The utility churned them up in like the third round, I think it was. Then when they tried it again, they lost 2 players at top banana in that round where they saved with a minute on the clock. So they're a bit more respectful towards banana. They play the util game out. Then it's the B rush this time. It's like, you know, yeah, you overcome the first hurdle, but then there's more hurdles in this sprint.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that B execute, a little lackluster, right? The bomb swinging wide, that's the real problem if you were ever going to look for it.
Yeah,
that's not a mistake you can afford to make.
It's now 2 rounds in a row, or at least two B rounds in a row that Ninjas has just like walked up and tried to contact into B. The first time he was throwing the coffin smoke wide and got peeked by coffin. No surprise. And then right there, he's like walking up wall, which is, you know, looking for the pick, and then he just gets swung through CT. So, you know, it's an unlucky timing at the end of the day. There's always a chance you catch him off guard there with a contact play.
Being real, I think, you know, if like the intention behind that play had been maybe communicated a little clearer, you know, obviously we don't know what was going on in that exact round. But if you had someone like posted on that CT angle, Ninjas might have been in a 6th spot. It's the fact that there was like no trade available. The AWP gets there late, then the bomb swings wide, and then it's like, oh, what are you boys doing now? So yeah, it's a bit of a low point for Furia Academy thus far, right? We definitely saw them looking really, honestly, quite clean yesterday. There were some holes, but the individuals were enough to bail them out.
And so now is the question, without the individuals, what do they have? What's their game plan? What's their strategy? What is ZMB calling? And, well, the answers are right in front of you. Right now, a slow T round with not much to work with. This one gun has got to do most of the work deep in apartments. Torsi's been smoked off, but there's still quite a stack on A. A 4th player is already close to being in position and will likely be in the site before Furia commit. Good stalling with the util right now. Mouz just using what they can. And so the long smoke phase, these T's will be walking through it. The AWP is more than ready to meet them there. So he's even on the arch side as well. They weren't ready for a second man, but they will trade the kill. Torsi attempting a no-scope is audacious, but it's still fine. 4-on-3, 7 health. He doesn't want to give up away into that B split. And so he'll tuck in, forcing them up the short side. JDC dies. Shane now needs to do a lot, but he's been wrapped on the long side and dropped. Oh dear, chasing down the AWP at least keeps it contained. Smoke will do, plant coming in, and it's a retake for Mouz.
Yeah, I had no idea how, right? This should have been a Mouz round all day long, and yet somehow Furia Academy have broken through the gates of this A-bomb site. And now, for Torsi, he's just left to save. He's just left to get out of here. A bit of a head-scratcher of a round as far as they go.
Super impressive, though, for Furia to actually get out of that with the long timing as well. I think that's the make or break, because after JDC dies in pit, at least one dude on A, because Torsi's been smoked off. Shane's B rotates only gotten one. Like, he probably needed a double there to make that round winnable, because Torsi was just so low, he couldn't peek library. That was all a bit awkward, getting sandwiched inside that A site, and a third round for Furia. Remember, that was not only a 4v5, but pistols on everyone but one man.
It was a 5v3 at one point in time, and they get out of it with 3 alive on the Furia Academy side.
Those are the easiest rounds to lose sometimes, the ones that you think you can't lose.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's even more true when you get to like the academy level of teams, right? Like these guys, when you have, you know, tier 1 pros, it's kind of like you've been in these spots so many times before, your brain doesn't like default to thinking, yeah, we got this, like, yeah, it's all fine. And even then it still does, even at the top level from time to time. But you know, normally the kind of responses, the protocols are just a little more clear, a little more outlined at the top level. Here, when you have moments happening like that and you have the numbers getting stripped away, everyone kind of starts panicking, and whatever you were doing gets thrown into disarray.
That dunk on B, man. Double nades coming out from Ninja and Decenty, and whew, well,
great to see they've got like nade responses as well, because thus far a lot of like the util stuff that we've looked at has come from Mouz Nxt, so it's nice to see that with money behind them, Furia Academy have got some of these little nade lineups to capitalize on themselves.
Yeah, 4-on-4 though, immediately traded. JDC's back again down in the pit, fully blinded, mollied, you name it, he's got it, except the kills. 4-on-2, and that's a save, man. Inferno 101, got to give it up. You lose both your A players so quickly there. Even though it was even for only a moment, there's nothing Mouz can say or do about this one. So Torsi keeps the AWP at least, but now we start to see Furia building into this T-half and doing damage to the economy as well. Going to be hard-pressed to buy here, likely just the double eco. And so a path to a really good T-side has now been carved by Furia. They've just got to walk it.
Yeah, something that's a little concerning is like, for both teams, we had players starting slow into this one. I think Drop was probably the most notable for Furia Academy. He was down 0-4. Well, now he's up 5-4. So it's quite the turnaround from him in these last few rounds, you know? He's starting to recover. That's well and good. For the side of Mouz Nxt, we had a slow start out of Shane and JDC. Now, I was willing to give these two the benefit of the doubt, right? You know, you think that they've got what it takes based on what we've seen, not just here, but at events gone by for this Mouz Nxt squad. They'll be able to pick it back up, you know, and grind their way back into this game. But thus far, JDC and Shane have 2 kills between the two of them. And that's kind of doing JDC no justice, because he has both of those kills. So, yeah, man, this is a bit of a slow start. It feels like a 3-on-5 for Mouz Nxt. Don't love saying it, but that's how it's looking.
Yeah, it's
and this is
days.
where we're hoping that you can have, you know, because Shane was integral to that victory yesterday back on Vertigo.
So was JDC. He was the top of the server. I mean, they both were. They were the best players. So yeah, this is Mouz without them. Let's see if a couple of guns can be put to use in the right place. Exertion, and JDC is helping out as well. USPs to find kills. Shane's got a gun, and he's dropped the bomb, but they're right behind him. 2-on-2 now, Mouz. They've done good work to get themselves into this position. Can Torsi capitalize? Yes. Headshot into the pit. And now it is just on one man. Ninja's 1v2. He's got the bomb. He's got a gun. Smoke's down. He's going to go for the plant. Or at least cross into the site. Should be a stick here. Nothing they can do. Boosting up won't be able to stop him in the deep site plant. And so Molly comes in and Ninja meets them in the smoke.
Oh my word, they've gone right past him. There's the swing, there's the double up, missed shot from Sui and Torsi. Oh, you understand the AWP missing, but the M4 should have had that trade. Great stuff out of Ninjas. That is a ballsy play to make in a situation like that.
Hurts for Mouz, right? They did so well to make that round close. That was pistols on 3. USP's got the first couple of kills as well. Good damage from Xertion, but no retake today. Yeah, that's so scary for Ninjas, because if you start body blocking them in the smoke, that's when you're just going to get shot, and there's nothing you can do about it. But here we go. Orbs down middle, and it's Torsi taking the kill.
I love the timing he even plays that smoke push on. Like, I think some players there might have, you know, elected to wait in the smoke a little too long. He hits the timing right as they're clearing the site.
Okay.
And now we got this little mowdown over at Banana. It's brutal. Xertion's even nading himself and then goes on to lock in the round.
Giving them any chance
Yeah,
they can
he
take.
tried to give them a bit of a hand. And then he cut theirs off, 6-5.
Yeah, it's funny. We've seen, like, obviously he's just getting shot, so he's running and throwing it. But we've seen some whiff utility. That's the one thing that, like, is consistent throughout pretty much all of these teams so far. Everyone seems to know their lineups, at least. It's not like, you know, when you sometimes see pros teaching each other's lineup in game, but we do see whiff nades. We do see missed mollies. You know, people missing the sandbags molly. I saw that maybe 3 times yesterday in our 2 games of Vertigo. So things like that, you know, need to get ironed out. But nice little B hold. Good stuff for Xerxes. That's mental for Furia, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have died regardless.
Yeah, that was a
like,
double molly.
Yeah, there were 2 mollies there.
Yeah.
And now there's even more mollies. Banana is just a hell on earth in this game. And unfortunately, it's led to the early death of Furia.
These guys have watched one too many Furia demos, I think. Not everyone can get away with it.
After Art got tagged in the Bison play last night, he's like, I'm going to ring these guys up and tell them to keep doing what they're doing. And now he's inspired them a little too far in the rush direction. Now that's nice. Ninjas with a double opener. And man, they really have been watching Furia demos. This is the Furia deep CT smoke. You know, it's been around for a long while, but yes, Furia are the ones who really started to bring it back into pro play after it kind of faded away. And they're the only ones who do it consistently. So very, very interesting to see Furia Academy bringing that smoke out into play.
Yeah, that's definitely something we need to find out in interviews, you know, like how much assistance they getting from the main squad. You know, are Furia back in Brazil right now?
Oh, bro, no, we actually got answers to this,
sorry.
if you remember. They said that they have access to the contacts of everyone from the main team. If ever they have like questions and stuff, they can just message them. They also are in like reasonably consistent and constant contact with the coach of Furia, Guerri, so they've got him on side to help out and direct them. So yeah, it does seem like, you know, there is a good deal of involvement from not just the main team players, but also, you know, the coaching staff and support staff that help out that main team.
It's a narrative we push a little bit, but you know, with Honda on the team, on the 6th man, sometimes on the bench, back and forth, like, you know, there's definitely room for another Furia player potentially, and this is a great way to farm talent. So no doubt Furia will have their eyes on this roster and who are the stars and can they keep it up and how will they fare up against European competition. Right now, Furia are faring pretty well. Nice little B pop through the smoke. Ninjas with a double entry, 3 in the round. Lovely stuff from him. So Furia are putting in the work, 6-6, and they've broken the money yet again. Mouz have made these rounds close in the past, but this time only 1 weapon with those 4 upgraded pistols. On for a winner here are Furia. It may have been a slightly funny start, but looking like they're in control finally.
Oh, once more that nade stack. This time, Torzi is still alive. However, with Xerxes dead, and they hear this AWP at Banana with plenty of time. Furia don't have to commit, yet they're just running in. They're just willing to risk it all on a hope and prayer at this B bomb site.
Yeah.
They really should maybe think about slowing this down a bit. They're still running into the 1 saved weapon, and this CZ now has just dropped the bomb out in the open. Torzi getting pressured, getting flashed off of angles, and finally shut down by Decency. And so maybe the day is saved after all. There's still 2 players left standing here in JDC and Shane. As mentioned, they'd had a pretty quiet start to this one for Mouz Nxt, but now with a chance in a 2 versus 3, and the bomb not planted, even more so than that, it's in the eye line of these CT players. They're looking to make something happen. JDC gonna try and go through this smoke to deny that plant. 1 kill,
nice
and
try.
that's the extent of it. It's a good effort, but it's 7 on the board for Furia Academy. And considering they really did just try to use brute force to get into the most dangerous site at that point in time, it's impressive that they get away with 3 alive. I still don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah,
is this one of these situations where,
bad habits.
right? Yeah, where maybe you did make like arguably the wrong call.
Yeah. That being said, it goes both ways. Like, they know that Eco's there. I wonder, you know, because part of me wants to go, oh, ZMB, he needs a teammate there to trade. He needs good spacing. But really, he's running in with a Mac 10. He's getting the info. He can tell you his team, all right, there's 4 here, leave. Or there's only 1 here, join me. Obviously, it doesn't really go that well. He dies, and then you get a bit scared for a second until his team pick it up. But there's an idea behind the madness. And now, there's just madness. No idea. Bomb dropped. Everyone in the apartments. Again, another quick start for Mouz, and they look to finish as they started. Only 1 man living for the Furia side and barely damage done. So we see great rounds, and then we see, you know, Furia walking to Mouz's setup. That's unfortunate. Heavy apps play there for Mouz, and it works wonders.
To being real, I think Mouz NXT should have a much better CT side than this under their belt, right? Like, it's going to be 7-7 at the end of this, and thus far, I don't really think that Furia Academy have like set a precedent of, yeah, we're going to fake rounds out, we're going to get really slimy with it. A lot of times it has just been, yeah, wherever you see us, that's where we're going, you know, like, and that has been the extent of it. So that's why in rounds like this, where we have, you know, these fast pushes into apps, it's like the moment Mouz NXT made contact with the first guy, they were ready to fight 4 more.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of these rounds are being decided within the first like 2-3 kills, and then it's like, okay, I know who's going to win.
And that kind of is the nature when you are just 5-man grouping into a site. It's like, if those opening engagements don't go your way, well, you don't have any fallback plans because you just don't have the map control to go back into like an A play.
Yeah,
you know, whenever you think about, you know, let's even look at like, you know, the main Furia squad. Yeah, you'll have guys like Art who aren't afraid to run up and get stuck in and get that info, make the info plays happen. But then you've got players like CASA who in that same, you know, in that same round where you've got these very aggressive pieces, he'll be off, he'll be lurking, he'll be, you know, getting you information, he'll be creating opportunities elsewhere on the map. Yeah, and that's kind of missing thus far from Furia Academy.
You mentioned how, like, you think Mouz should have more rounds. Like, I think it's also worth remembering how not only the pistol went, but how the first gun round went. It's like Mouz did just run down middle and feed. Like, this could be a lot stronger of a game if that didn't happen. From the get-go, their economy was burnt, and they've had a lot of ecos. Furia have not had a lot of ecos, so something to keep in mind. But yeah, either way, chance to win the half now. Ninja saved his gun. He had to if he wanted to have a rifle in this round. And so now Furia are at least mostly armed. Last round of the half. And yeah, Mouz, I don't think they're going to get ahead of themselves anymore. We kind of saw it yesterday in that Fnatic game when they were like 13-7 up. I think they've learned their lesson, or at least I hope. Shane, right through the Molotov. Angle's good for Furia, and they're just going to run. They're just going to commit off that kill. Finally, the smoke comes in. Oh dear, that's messy. Through the smoke goes CMB, and now he's got an AWP as well. It's getting worse by the second.
Yeah, JDC full blinded. ZMB is just going to rid us of him in this A bomb site. It's looking good for Furia Academy. This AWP coming into its own. ZMB.
No fear.
Looking real good. And you do see the little glimmers of art coming through in this guy, right? Even with like his AWPing proficiency and how he uses it. It is like a very aggressive, in-your-face style of AWPing. He's not going to sit back and give you some levity and give you some room. Nah, man, this is serious business. Even there, he's peeking out, trying to deal with the last guy. It is going to take Furia to do it, but that's Furia Academy winning out this first half of play. And this is certainly interesting, right? Like, we kind of alluded to this idea that Mouz NXT are maybe one of the favorite teams coming into this whole event, right? And thus far, in both the games we've seen them play, they've looked pretty close. They've been pretty neck and neck throughout. And this one's not any different thus far.
Yeah, it's like more worrying. Are we setting the bar too high? Are we laying expectations on Mouz that shouldn't be there? Really, they won their opening game, and I've still got faith that they might be winning this one as well, but certainly not comfortable yet. Good half for Furia, though. Definitely signs of the main team. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how ZMB is playing. So confident, so mad, and so entertaining. We were talking after the broadcast yesterday, Harry. You know, we didn't really know exactly what to expect from this Academy League. You know, what was the level going to be like? And honestly, at least for me, and we both agree with this actually, is we were pleasantly surprised at the level of Counter-Strike here.
Yeah.
Way better than what I thought. The bar is a lot higher than it was a few years ago.
Yeah, and that was like the main takeaway for me as well, right? It's like I was obviously I guess similar to you, tuned in with like the mindset of a few years ago, what it used to be like when you would go and look at some of these, you know, lower down teams within the world rankings,
rosters,
and even the old academy rosters. It used to be a lot sloppier. There used to be a lot less emphasis around playing, you know, clean Counter-Strike like the tier 1 teams do. It felt a lot more puggy back in the day. Whereas now, whenever you watch these academy teams, man, I don't know, dude. You're watching them, and it looks like, you know, you are watching little mini Astralises running around with some of the util setups they got. I'm loving it. We got some team comms. Let's listen in.
Okay.
Smoke.
Watch out mid for story as well.
Don't see. Flash
I don't
above
see corner.
second now. Flash
Smoke.
above CT
Boom!
now.
Focus.
Boom.
Okay.
4, 4, 3 more, 3 more.
Go back.
Only one A.
Wait,
Only one A.
hold. Just
Banana, ramp.
Alone banana.
coming, pushing banana.
Hobbit.
Hobbit. 2,
Ramp.
3.
They did the setup again.
Yeah, you wanna swing again?
One more. He's in the middle of pool.
Let's start.
For sure.
3.
2 guys.
So one
He's dead.
shot.
Let's
Dig.
push him.
Let's push him.
Go.
And the other
Yeah.
one was banana.
He's.
Nice.
I have
Banana.
mana.
Atlantic
Sound,
for
sound,
box.
I have mana.
Atlantic for field box.
City. Hubert, we double pick. Wait.
Okay.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Left side. Go make city.
Nice!
Nice, Robert!
Let's go.
So I peek into
Yo,
the pool and I saw
guys.
4 people.
Chill.
Yeah,
Just breathe.
Here
do-
they 4-spot and played 3 nades and 5.
Wow, what a round. That's hilarious, man.
That was
I
the
love-
coolest comms we've had
Yeah.
yet, Hugo.
I love that setup for Furia, but it's you can see the inexperience, right? They get stuck in this weird limbo in that 4-on-2 where it's like they don't know whether to push or fall back, and they get stuck in the middle of just staying in the pit, staying in the open. You even heard the comms like, there's another one in pool. They killed one. There's another one. Trust me, just peek with me. There's another one. And yeah, I would love to either see Furia get aggressive and hunt down those players, or just completely concede, go back into a normal B setup, force the commit. Mouz's flank was covered, but instead they just kind of get stuck in the middle of it.
It's great to hear how vocal Mouz were there, though, right? Like everyone, the moment things are being spotted, they're being called. You also had that call of like, okay, let's just double swing. You CT, 3, 2, 1. They peek it together. Like these are very, very vocal decisions to be making, just to safeguard a round like that, so you don't get, you know, clutched upon as what happened to Furia Academy, essentially.
2v4, yoink. Yeah, and that will set Mouz up for the recovery here, right? We've got Deagles, we've got Scouts, and we've got a lot of damage done in B, even a man on 1 health. And so Mouz, they'll go back to their default, take some mid, take some apps, leave Xertion in the banana, making sure no CTs are getting any info. Second smoke at B. Furia trying to stall out this play, but can't do it forever. Running low on util already, 1 left on drop. Scout on the long sides, A and B, got to be careful, and a missed shot. Now he's going to have to fall back. The smoke makes that so, and JDC opens up to the other Scout. Definitely know there's another Scout on the A site, and so Furia, now they gamble, they rotate back to B. That's exactly where Mouz are rotating themselves. They are walking into this full hold. 20 seconds, here they come.
Yeah, in they go. Ninjas flashing high, trying to set these pistols up. It's a good flash. The second one dodged. Decent heat cancelled out. Ninjas will still keep this in a 2-on-3. However, he's also going to throw himself to the curb. ZMB's Scout now left in this clutch. And he's making it happen. ZMB 1 away from a 1v3 Scout clutch. And there's no time in the round. So Furia Academy have got it. Shane not planting the bomb. Oh, that's a little brutal. I didn't even realize the time was running out. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't even notice.
I'm not gonna lie, caught me off guard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sick round. This guy, ZMB, he's got it all, man. He's AWPing like a dream. He is not afraid to push in first. He's in-game leading, by the way. This guy does it all. What a clutch. Steals it out of the hands of Mouz, who walk right into that stack, and now 9-8, Furia up in control. This game is wild, though. It's so uncertain. No one is safe. No one's really out of the woods in any way. Xertion's up banana, the rest in the middle, ready to explode. CMB with that one, M4 in the round. just giving up that mid control right as this push comes in. But it's a wise call. There's lots of banana info, and Apps has just been clear with a pop flash. So Furia know that mid is likely where Mouz sit. And mid is where they commit.
Yeah, in they come. Ooh, little crossfire between pit and sight, and this can get brutal.
Oh.
Indeed it will. However, the Deagles do respond. Okay, maybe Mouz Nxt can still make something of this round. There's this wrap around the short side that hits a good timing. Shane on the receiving end. JDC and a Deagle. Ooh, there's the swing, and Decency locks in the round for Furia Academy, who are now up onto 10. 10, bigger than 8, means they're in the lead, Hugo, and building.
Man, you're so good with numbers. Why couldn't you read the clock the other round?
I don't know. Because that number constantly changes. Whereas these
that's
numbers,
hard, yeah.
I have like a whole minute or so to process them.
Wow. Oh. Yeah, nice try for JDC as well. He was on for the ace there. He got 3 with the Deagle. Did what he could, but never meant to be, I guess. And now Mouz, they're in hot water, right? Like, double digits, another eco. Furia are going to have quite the lead and quite the money to fall back on once this round is over. Any damage you can get actually does have huge consequence here if you're Mouz, but you're not really armed for damage. So PT50's moving up middle. I'm ready to just pop through the smoke. I like the cool. Good round for it. They catch DMB with nades out. He wasn't ready for that play, but he is ready now. SMG and farming that ult money nice and quick. 2 kills before he goes down. And it's not much of a gun to retrieve. Decency won't even let them retrieve it. Doubles up himself, and that's the anti-eco. As clean as you like.
I feel like thus far we haven't really seen either of these T sides take like the standard Inferno default. I don't know if you're going to agree with me on that, Hugo, but it has been a lot of just grouping and hitting bomb sites with execute smokes. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but I would love to see just a standard default, right? Oftentimes at like tier 1, what you have happen in a default round is you want to try and get top mid control, you want to try and take banana control. Then you've got the 2 most important areas on the map, and all the options are open to you at that point in time. And maybe this is what Mouz Nxt are doing here, because finally they've kind of split these forces up, 2 leaning into the apartments. And look at this, right? You're waging a war on 2 fronts. That is very, very stressful for the CTs, more so than the Ts, right? And oftentimes, what has to happen is either Furia Academy would have to fight, or they would have to give you map control. And in this instance, they've elected to fight. Well, you can see what that's done to them. They're now left in a 2-on-4, left to take these gambles. And that's really the only way they could hope to win the round. That, or someone has like a massive play. The alternative, though, was that they just backed up and gave up the map control, and then that would have left Mouz Nxt with a lot of options, even if they were in a 5-on-5, right? They could fake A plays, they could go back to B, they could do the inverse of that with fake B util into an A play. It really does leave you with just a lot more to do in a round, and so it's nice that Mouz Nxt have actually lent into that this time around.
Let's see if they rotate here, or if they just commit, right? There's 1 player left at B. Shane's just fully wrapped the A site. He's cleared it out, so really the bomb should go back. And that it will. Mouz don't make the mistake of walking into that last man. And yeah, Decency pushing mid in the 4-on-2. When it's very quiet like that, there's only one thing Mouz can be doing, and that's playing patient. That's waiting for you to make that mistake. So, very hard round to win anyway for Furia Academy, but not made easier by playing aggressive. Ninja saving, but it seems like Mouz do want to hunt. They've got a player in Banana cutting that off, as long as they take some CT control, because Torzy's not going to be pushing with the AWP. Seems like they'd rather just build their own money, keep 4 up. It's the first gun round going the way of Mouz. This guy will use any weapon that he can get his hands on.
He's like
Scout,
the
Bison,
man, it's great to see. That is Now, that's very reminiscent once again of Art.
Yeah,
You know,
keeps
Art
saying it,
loves
keeps
all
showing
of
up,
these
man. It
cheeky weapons.
keeps happening. I'll stop saying it when he stops doing it. Yeah, definitely two of the more exciting teams in the tournament right now, head-to-head on Inferno, and it's so unclear where this one's going. We've got no AWP for Furia, so Torsi, it's going to be hard for him to find those opening kills, but we'll see if he can get away with it holding down middle. Meanwhile, Zershin's in Banana as well. He was often tasked with doing this on the CT side, so no surprise to see him entering in the T half as well. Oh, gotta watch out, they're on top of the car. They're gonna get spammed through the smoke. Zershin with that frag. Still a player up close to worry about when he gets traded, but they keep it even. Oh dear, so back and forth, so many bodies lost, so many lives taken in Banana. And now Mouz, really, they can just group if they want, get back to B. Even if you execute in, it's probably not both Furia players here. They're still holding this 3-on-2. They're still seeing for aggression, but Furia have already made that mistake once before. They won't do it again.
But like, here is the big difference between these two T sides, and that is that Mouz have got options here. You know, they're not just left in a situation going, well, we don't know what's happening at A. We have to just exec B. We've got to commit to where we were going. And now they're able to take like this entire minute to just go back. They rejoin the player in the apartments, knowing that this side of the map is clear because of the information he has. And they're able to move into a very undefended A bomb site. Only ZMB here. And he will get discounted for now. No one's checked the pit. They are playing safe in the site. But it almost feels like the longer ZMB goes on without showing his hand, the less expected he is. And yeah, JDC decided before even clearing pit, the pit was clear. And now this is getting out of hand. Mouz Nxt from a 3-on-2 to a 1v2. Shane is all alone, and he's got to try and fight his way to victory. There's the first, not good for the second. ZMB from down in pit in that little cage that Mouz let him live in. Well, he frees himself and he locks in the round for Furia Academy.
Yeah, he takes the cheese out of the rat trap, Harry, and takes it home. Oh, very close.
He got it. I knew he had it.
Never out of the control of Furia, of course. Yeah, lovely little hidden play back in the A site. You know, I think at that point, Mouz are probably expecting that, oh, it's 2-on-3. They've both gambled. They've grouped and taken the B site together. We're fine. We're already done. We've won it. But yeah, ZMB does not let that happen. And he is just taking names right now.
And I tell you what, like, as far as 2-on-3s go, that was a very unorthodox way of playing it, right? And it's like, a lot of times, that's how the main Furia squad was getting away with all the wildness that they used to do. It was like, the individuals were so good that it allowed you to do it, right? And play these unorthodox rounds out. It is very cool to see that Furia Academy also have that ability. Not often that you split a two-man defense up and just have them hold their spot. I get that, you know, I get that ZMB was in pit, so it's like it's a bit of an awkward crossing for him to go and gamble stack B. But it was definitely a cool decision to dedicate to. And hell, man, it led to a round win for Furia Academy, a round that really they had no business winning.
Drops baiting them into this SMG on the boost as well. And then just has to fall as nades come over the top. They'll hear him drop, though. Smoke on the Molotov. Nice big gap for Mouz to commit if they want to. There are 3 CTs here, though, stacked up at the bomb site. Decent T spamming through Banana. And with the re-smoke down, that will send Mouz out. They forced a good bit of util, at least off of this B site. Decent T will go back to reunite with that A hold. Not a bad decision, because Mouz are moving up mid. They've shown some face in Banana, and they now want a bit of A action. No one in apps. No info in mid. So Furia, they're in the dark right now. And it's going to get worse as smokes start to cut off your information. Decent T has been locked out of the bomb site. Him pulling over to B early is left now. Only 2 CTs in A to hold strong. Decent T might have to go through the smoke. He will not make it far, though. ZMB in Graveyard. Always got these cheeky little spots, and he's provided some cover as well as a second headshot. Now it's Furia in the pit with another kill, leaving only 1 man in the bomb site trying to stick the plant. He gets that money for his team, but getting much more for Sui is not going to be easy.
Yeah, first looking for this pit player, but he can't win that fight out. And now the alarm bells are going off. Furia from pit is going to lock in the round. great stuff from him and ZMB to hold on to that A bomb site between the two of them.
Yeah, that's one way to run a crossfire, right? Your graveyard player just covering the apps drop.
Oh. Man, ZMB really is like a bit of a breath of fresh air, man. He's been I was wondering if he would keep up the same kind of aggressive, unusual, very Furia-esque performance from yesterday. And hell, man, it really seems to fit this guy's branding. It's dead on the money.
He played well yesterday. You know, he was like doing the same thing as like in-game leading, entrying, and like making a lot of crazy plays that his team would be able to capitalize on. But he wasn't really the star of the show. It was Drop.
It was
drawing
Drop, yeah.
so much attention because he was just nailing Astralis talent to the wall. And so that makes it even more exciting to start to see more sides of this Furia Academy roster. CMB, top of the server. And basically playing gun game right now, using whatever he can, whatever he wants. And honestly, I can't blame him. 13-9.
I wonder if he's going to go the disrespect route again and bring out an SMG like the Bison into... I mean, it's not as clear-cut as the victory yesterday over Astralis Talent, right? But I don't know. He's a pretty crazy guy, is this ZMB.
Let's keep our eyes on him. Right now, it's an AK, so no reason to downgrade
Oh,
that.
yeah. I mean, I think he'll wait at least till, you know, victory feels assured.
Yeah, you want to have a not a guarantee, but a pretty concise win.
I don't think he's going to go for the 13-9 Bison. Oh,
No.
Drop. Yeah,
What?
baby, that's more like it.
What?
Look at him go on for the ace. Can he get it? No. Zershan denies it, but still, what a round out of Drop. It's the big D at the start of the day, and that lets him win that one. 14 on the board for Furia, and what a statement victory. That has wrecked the money of Mouz.
Yeah, Furia just chain flashing over the top of the roof. He ran through a Molotov to get there, man. A lot of teams, or a lot of players would have seen the molly and just bailed from the strap, but his team even smoked his behind, putting out the Molotov.
Right, mate, I'm just calling it now. Day 2 of the event, Furia Academy to playoffs.
Well, yeah.
I'm fully buying in.
They're going to be the first team 2-0 if they keep
Fully
this up.
buying in, Hugo.
I like it, Harry. I like it. I'm on board. This round does not look live, though, so hold your horses. Put them back in the stables.
I'm all in Furia Academy.
Yeah?
You know, like...
Okay, so Harry, so is this where, day 2, we make the predictions that no one else would have, including us coming into the event? We go for the Big Omen Academy, Furia Academy final.
Ooh.
Or is there another team? Who else impressed you that you didn't think would be there? Fnatic Rising, I guess?
Yeah.
A case to be made.
I think for me, it is between those three. It is between those exact
You don't think
three.
they're the best in the event, do you? What, you know, you're counting out the young ninjas? Are you looking down upon Mouz NXT?
Oh, no, that's true. You've posed an
There's more
interesting
than
one with
team
young
here,
ninjas
Harry.
there. But Furia Academy and Big Omen Academy have definitely been the two best surprises so far.
Sure.
I think out of the two of them, Furia Academy have been the most exciting.
Yeah, like Maui said this on the desk earlier, and I have to agree. I feel like, you know, we were holding Na'Vi Jr. in a high stake coming into this event. I saw nothing yesterday.
Bro, yeah, I'm not going to lie. That was probably the most disappointing game of the day. Like, I went into that really wanting, you know, a Monacy and an On-Care show. And, you know, On-Care had some rounds.
Yeah, he looked good.
Monacy had, like, maybe one round in there that was impressive. But that was it. And also, whenever we heard the comms, it sounded like a pretty tense atmosphere, if I'm being honest, you know? It's always hard to tell, right? Yeah, it is a... Once again, we brought up how it's funny how like there's little trickles of the main teams coming down, and it's like even when you listen to the Na'Vi comms and everyone's like yelling over the top of each other, it's like
it's like that famous,
that's very Na'Vi.
It's like that famous clip, I think it was from Blast, where they're on Mirage and everyone's what does Simple say to just make everyone chill? Maybe exactly that. Everyone's just yelling, and someone's like, guys, stop, relax. And sometimes, you need to do so. Furia don't.
Furia Academy to win the event. That's my prediction.
Really? Day 2?
Yeah, day 2
bold.
prediction.
I like it.
Furia,
I respect it.
Well, at least to make playoffs.
You're sleeping on the Large Omen Academy,
The Large Omen Academy.
Yeah. One of the
grandest Omen Academies out there.
Big is just such a good word, man.
It's just such a... Honestly, I am in awe at the size of the absolute unit of that Omen Academy, man.
Yeah, I think those definitely are the teams that I didn't expect a lot from that have delivered just 2 days in. So Let's hope they keep
The
it up.
thing that's most exciting about a lot of those teams that we mentioned, I think especially for the Big Omen Academy and
Furia?
sorry, I started laughing at just the
Fnatic?
name. And Fnatic Rising
Last
was
minute?
how
Yeah.
quick they came together for this event and how good they looked, considering, then you have like more veteran teams like Mouz Nxt who showed up and really like the show was stolen away from them. It was their chance to make everyone go on day one, wow, look at this squad. And instead, I think a lot of people were looking at these teams that are like freshly cobbled together and going, damn, if that's how good they are now, what's it going to be like, a week into this event?
But it goes both ways, right? Because obviously everyone's playing all day, every day, well, not 4 games a day, 1BO1 a day, which is, on one side, a nice schedule for these players, right? It's not like they're getting overworked in terms of how many maps that they're playing. They're not running 2 BO3s it's just one map a day, guys, every day for 2 weeks. That's, gives you something easily able to prepare for.
Yeah.
You can finish your game and you can immediately go into looking for, okay, who's our opponent tomorrow? Let's start doing the prep.
Plus, you will have just seen them play that same day as well.
Yeah,
And the schedule was announced.
You know who you're playing on the last day already. So that's really cool.
All right, so we just received some news that we might have to load a backup of the server, so maybe this takes a little longer than we were anticipating.
Come on, Harry, get it together. Start plugging
I know,
stuff
dude. I'm trying my best. It's my first day as well, here. So it's my second day. But as a server admin, first day.
Yeah.
And I'm unplugging everything I can, Hugo. They're telling me it's only making it worse, so I'm going to stop doing that. Just waiting to get everyone back in, get the server reloaded. You know how it is. You've seen a little tech pause before. You know how it works.
But I've got to say, Furia, very impressive performance right now. 14.
This is why I'm saying they're gonna. This is why I'm saying they're gonna
I'm
win,
not doubting you, Harry. I'm not naysaying what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm yay-saying what you're saying.
Yay-saying. I like that.
I'm agreeing.
Then again, I did say that FaZe Clan were gonna win. I
don't yay-say everything you say. In fact, they say the majority of what you say. But sometimes a bit of a nugget of gold comes out, Harry.
Thank you, man. Ah.
So I pawn it off to whoever will buy it.
So, Hugo, man, I would love to get your thoughts anyway.
Why?
Because obviously we've spoke a lot about Furia Academy and bigging up kind of the underdog in this situation. What's been your take on Mouz Nxt thus far? Because out of all the squads, I think these guys have had the most hype around them.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, understandably so. I think the results recently have been really good. They've been taking down, teams in the top 50. They've been, playing a few weeks. I think also have some of the more notable upcoming players from all over Europe as well, in the form of JDC coming in from FPL as well. Like Zershan looks like a beast. Torsi has been talked about and has even been seen on teams like Budapest 5. So yeah, I think they have the most notable players, most talking points about them. Whereas you look at a team like Furia Academy and going outside of Brazil, you're obviously not going to be able to say much, but even in Brazil, you're not going to be able to say much. So I've heard we're going to be thrown to a short break. We've got a bit of a tech problem. Hopefully we'll be back in very quickly. So Mouz Nxt, Furia Academy, Inferno continues after this.
How to increase the visibility of the opponent on the wall background. During the round, the map is painted heavily. Blood spots, bullet decals, explosions and burn spots are staying on the surfaces of the map. These color spots can interfere with visuals on your opponent and may slow your reaction on the target. The solution lies in a simple bind that clears all surfaces. You need to type in the console R_clear decals, which is often bound to Shift, Control, or even your mouse buttons.
Welcome to We Play Academy League. 8 organizations that achieved the legend status decided to build their academies with young and promising players. Mouz Nxt, Young Ninjas, Big Omen Academy, VP Prodigy, Australis Talent, Furia Academy, Navi Junior, and Fnatic Rising will unleash new CS:GO players to go through the series of tests in 2 stages. First stage, online group stage. 2 best-of-1 matches are played between each team. By the end of the group stage, top 3 teams secure their spot and advance to the second stage, while teams who took 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th places will fight for the last slot in a special series of Gauntlet best-of-3 matches. By the end of the first stage, we will find out all 4 teams that have advanced to the second stage, offline playoffs, taking place in We Play Esports Arena, Kyiv. Playoffs include double elimination bracket with 5 best-of-3 sets and a best-of-5 grand finals. Let the journey begin.
This one almost, we're just waiting to get these tech problems sorted. Right now, if you are just tuning in, you have picked the slower moment to hop into the stream. We've had a nail-biter of a game. It's been close, right? With Furia Academy only just starting to pull ahead in this second half of play. You can see that thanks to this little round timeline up on the board. Furia Academy now sitting at 14-9 and really, so close to getting this game over the line. They're probably just waiting for Mouz to bring this next guy back into the server so they can start the reckoning again.
Yeah, you hope this break doesn't deter Mouz in any way. If anything, maybe it gives them a chance to get their heads on straight, reset a little bit coming into what's going to be, well, I was about to say an important buy round. Of course, it's 13-9. We need to run back around, so it's not as dominant as it looks. But it's a scary spot to be in, right? For many players, this is their first tech timeout, Harry. This is their first, sit there, breaking the action, probably not coming right now, not allowed to. So it's a weird vibe. But it's all a means to an end, and that end is hopefully us getting back on the show, back on the road. Got a long day of BO1s ahead of us.
We had a little tweet during the break from Fillion from Big about the Big Omen Academy. I do want to say big shout out.
Shout out.
Giga shout out to the boys at Big. Great bunch of people working over there. It is great to see as well because you always get the sense that they're watching and supporting all of the big boys in every single game, whether it's the academy team, whether it's the main team.
They're checking out the competition.
No, yeah, man, but it's they're always down to clown. They're always trying to have a good time, and they're getting on board with the Big Omen Academy memes.
Well, you kind of have to, because if you don't get on board, you're going to be left at the station. So, Ilya making a wise choice there.
No, man, I really love that so many of these organizations, leapt at the chance to foster these academy teams. I think it's a really great project. And mate, if the level of talent that we've seen is anything to go by, some of these are genuine names for the future. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, not everyone.
Not everyone. That is the thing,
slots.
right? You're gonna be watching some of these people. You're gonna go, damn, that guy's sick, and then maybe you end up supporting someone who doesn't manage to make it. That is the nature of this. It's part skill, part luck, part grind. That it's kind of all 3 of them amalgamated into one, where only the genuine best can rise to the top.
Yeah, we got Mouz player fixing their internet, so hopefully that's progress. Hopefully that means they're coming back on soon enough. Maybe just a bit of a router restart happens to the best of us. And it looks like it's Shane as well, judging by the scoreboard, so definitely a key piece of the puzzle you want to get back in the server.
That's the other thing, man. These academy players, they're probably not like the big boy tier 1 guys where you have 4 internet connections running into your house, unless you see us, in which case, you live in the middle of a village.
Barely have one internet connection.
Citizen's he is an aerial fixed to the top of his house. It's huge. What's the name of those? Oh man, I don't know anything about anything. Hugo, you know those big, like,
No, I don't.
big
what?
aerial dishes? They're out in somewhere. I think America, like maybe a desert. They all look up at the sky. I think they're
yeah.
something to do with telescopes, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
I don't know enough about telescopes to report it. We got.
I tell you what, mate. Good thing this isn't Space Camp or something
Yeah.
like Space Academy, because then we would be in trouble.
Bezos came back down.
Bezos did
today.
come back down to Earth. Now,
did.
sadly, not in the way that he came back down to Earth and like became a regular human being. No.
No, it's still an alien. Yeah, got it. You know, whatever. Alien's gonna fly to space.
He's just so rich, isn't he? It's unreal.
It's unreasonable. But let's not go down that road.
Oh, right.
Would you go to space, Harry?
Would I go to space a lot, Hugo? Pretty regularly, actually. I find myself up there. No, can I come back? That's the question.
Yes.
Is it a one-way ticket?
It's no guarantee. It's like getting on a plane. Right? There's no guarantee the plane's going to land.
But it's probably gonna land.
Yeah. I don't think they would have.
Because I don't think that's how they market planes nowadays.
You
Like,
might make it to your destination.
yeah,
No,
you could buy a return, but a one-way is cheaper, and you might not even survive the journey.
Getting on a vehicle, getting on a plane. There's a thing in the back of your
mate,
head.
stepping out of your house isn't
Yeah,
even
no,
dangerous.
I was gonna
That's why
say-
I stay indoors.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because I'm safe in here.
Getting on only so safe. Getting on any vehicle, you're accepting that you might not make it to your destination in one piece. But I'd imagine if they're putting billionaires in space, say it's pretty safe, mate.
Or it's how the revolution begins.
Well, they failed.
With a small space program.
Branson and Bezos both made it.
Branson and Bezos.
Yeah, that's everyone's new favorite hit.
This should be a cartoon, man. Yeah. Just two really rich guys, but at different levels of wealth. And it like is about the menial problems between the two of them. Oh damn, I'm Bezos. I can't afford to buy another island this week.
Joking, of course he can.
What island am I trying to buy? Oh, this one called North America. Man,
Already owns it, doesn't he?
look at this.
I said we weren't going to go down this route anyway.
Yeah, we're leaning down it.
Yeah, check out the replays as they come to an end. I say that it's we've had a lot of madness in this map already. A lot of very quick 2v2s, I'd say. Right, the amount of rounds that have come down to deep peaks down mid and banana, and everyone finding frags on both sides. It's entertaining. It's not meta, but we are, going to see some strays away from what is expected from these players.
If you are just sitting here vibing with us on this little tech timeout, we do appreciate it. We do appreciate the patience. I know everyone's here to watch the Counter-Strike and not like actually listen to me talk about my ill-informed opinions on current events. So, don't worry. This isn't what it's going to be like all day. I can assure you of that. There has been Counter-Strike getting played, and there will still be Counter-Strike getting played for hours to come. So that's all. That's all ready. We are still waiting for old mate Shane to fix his internet and get back into the server. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, like who's been impressing you guys, folks watching at home. Let us know, right? Tweet in, whether that's to WePlay, whether that's to the other talent. It's all worth talking about, right? We want to know who's impressed you. Sorry, you got the hashtag or the @?
Yeah, use hashtag Academy League
we
or
go.
at WePlay, and I'll check out the Academy League hashtag. If we have anything acceptable, we'll talk about
you do have to watch yourself here, right?
I mean,
Because me and Hugo are pretty fast and loose with what's acceptable, but at the same time, some things are unacceptable. So let us know, who's impressed you so far? Who have you got your eyes on? And you're going, yeah, this guy, this could be the next, the next ZywOo, the next Cold Zera, these kind of people. Who have you been impressed by thus far? We're only early days in the Academy League, so I'm not expecting like an essay in response, right?
Oh, get it in.
How many words?
By 7 p.m.
800 word essay.
Is that even an essay at that point?
That's not like
that's
short.
That's just one sentence if you have terrible punctuation.
I guess, yeah. I guess you could put it that way.
So hashtag Academy League at WePlay_esports and get involved in the conversation because we got a couple of weeks of these, boys and girls. We got a lot of Counter-Strike and a lot of cool guys to showcase on this stream as well.
something that is cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that the Furia fans have come out in full support of Furia Academy.
yeah?
That's a really nice thing to see. Back in the boys, no matter if it's the main team or the Academy squad. That is a really, really nice thing, man. That must feel nice as these Brazilian players embarking on their journey. Because I tell you what, you know, not that long ago, these guys would have been in similar positions to a lot of people watching from home, which is they were just big fans of the Brazilian scene. You know, they were fans of some of these legends that went on to define an entire era for an entire region of the world that up until that point, like, it had been kind of slept on, right? And man, like, it's unreal because, like, ooh, hang on a moment.
Interesting.
Here you go. You just heard that as well.
We've got a player replacement coming in for Mouz. So Shane's having internet issues. He can't get back in the server. I didn't get the name of who's coming in to replace. Hopefully we can get that confirmation. But that's a real shame as well, right? Because, well, it's a real shame for Shane. I don't even want to make jokes about it, because that is a shame. Oh my God, Harry. Shane is very good, and we've seen some really good games out of him already.
No, it is.
So
it does suck, man. And he would have loved to have finished it. Like, you know,
it's only one map at the end of the day.
Yeah, you only get to...
Your internet lasted the 1 hour you need.
He's thinking, like, mate, I haven't had any internet problems my whole life, and now, where I need it to not go wrong for an hour, it's all gone wrong. That's always the way, by the way. Have you ever wondered, like, every esports event, computers will, like, burst into flames and whatnot? I'm convinced there's a big curse across all of esports, Hugo.
Yeah. I think
we've even had tech problems that we never normally have. The other day, when we were just hanging out, we were hanging out, me and Hugo, right? Never have any issues, never have any problems. Me and Hugo, very easy like that. And randomly, not just, you know, like, not just limited to his house, like all the other flats here just lost power. Yeah. That was cool.
Entire building went out of power, didn't it?
Never happens, and then it does right when you need it. So,
but as long as it's not going through when we're live, Harry, it will be just fine. Mouz, however, not quite as much. Now, I don't want to go as far as saying, oh, this game was already over, this game was already decided. That being said, Furia were more than ready to close. They looked ready to close 3 rounds in a row. Some nice rifle rounds in there, some flashy plays. So yeah, they were definitely looking like the better team even prior to the substitution being made. But it's not going to do you any favors, right? On the plus side, Harry, you know, going back again to this format of 1BO1 a day for each team, you know, it's not like you're missing out on a whole series. It's not like you're missing out on a whole BO3, and this is going to have resounding consequences. Not only are there many, many more games to be played for Shane and the full roster of Mouz, but also, you know, it's only a BO1, so there were only mere rounds left, and they, I'm sure, will be ready to play in their full roster tomorrow. Still getting confirmation on who that 5th replacement is. I don't know if it's Cyclone, right? Just coming in straight off of the coach slot. Very
Maybe
possible.
it's Maui Snake. Wouldn't that be unreal?
Maui? You want to check in, Maui? Are you showing off your style on the server again?
Maybe
Maui's
it's Vendetta.
Maui's actually sick though. We are joking, but Maui's crazy. Maui's cracked at Counter-Strike.
He actually is. Yeah. You know, it takes a lot for me to admit that, Hugo, because like I don't like admitting people are better than me, but like Maui is better than me, and I'm the best in the world. So what does that make Maui?
He's up there.
I'm the 3rd highest earning Medal of Honor Pacific Assault Pro of all time. Goddamn.
True, yeah.
You know, I know what it means, Hugo. I know what it means to be competitive. So does Maui. That's what I like about
Although
that
I
guy.
searched Maui Snake on esports earnings, nothing came up. So, you know.
Yeah, get wrecked, kid.
Yeah, come on, man.
Me, mate, I got 10 grand. So, just going to flex that one more time.
Okay, now this is kind of good news. We got Fessel coming into the Mouz roster now. We're live, it looks like, as Fessel joins the server. Danish player. Recently saw him in that team, was it Hyenas, with you know, I'm trying to remember the full roster, but it was with Kiebi right before he retired again. Well, not again, but first time.
It was like the rumblings of some of the old North guys as well, right?
Yeah. So that's really cool. Welcome, Fessa. Also, very talented player, but
also shout out Fessa for just standing in at a moment's notice.
14-9. Definitely wasn't ready for this, but he is answering the call.
Guys just woke up, like he's just finished like a pug.
Yeah.
Saw he has a message. Oh, hang on a moment.
All right, guys, that's
my old mate Cyclone's messaged me. What? Oh, yeah, I'll come. Sure thing. What's the score? Oh, we're 9-14 down. Well, here we go. Sui. Eagle sees the arm, trying to take a leg, but he can't find that kill. And so they're going to have to fade away from B. Now, Mouz, this is a real trial by fire. Not only are they at this big disadvantage, they're now having to get a new player up to speed. This really is like the crucible for Mouz Nxt. If they can manage this, they can manage anything. The peaks at short, though, are devastating out of Furia Academy. And so they're up onto 15.
Fessa, thanks for coming in, mate. 2 rounds. All right, yeah, back to your pug. Yeah, cheers. Poor guy, man.
He's probably using a tech timeout in like in a pug right now and gonna go back in.
All right, we're going to check out some Furia comms. I'm sure Mouz are molding a little bit. I can't blame them. What are the Brazilians up to?
Pode ser. Vem pra cá.
Uma falha e uma daquela outra correndo de
Atrás,
cima, né? Das
atrás,
traves.
atrás.
Isso. Ingela mal Tavares e uma longa.
Vai lá o tapete, Furia.
Agora ele
Meio, guys. Paguei parem, paguei as trades. Paguei meio, Furia.
Dá pra caverna.
Pra ver, tem pra ver lá. Você, drop.
Caverna. Smoca.
Não tem.
Depois um K, tá, smoke. Tem um caverna, guys.
Op meio, Furia, rato.
Roda.
Posso estar, guys.
Tá.
Meio, morreu.
Vai tentar limp?
Pode.
Você tem bagulho pra mim?
Tenho.
Então vai, chega bagando, pode bagar.
Banguei.
Nada nip. Nip tá esmocada. Toma bomba.
Quer passar new? Tá, ok.
Vinoc. Tem um tapete, tá com bomba.
Bora também tapete.
Vinoc.
Tá cego.
Vai.
Conversa. Valeu.
Valeu, guys.
Tem um Alp lá.
Dá pra fazer de novo?
É, tem up lá.
Tem respawn, o Léo consegue.
Mano, eu vou matar o Op meio.
Well, I was hoping we were going to get to hear the victory moment from the Furia side, but sadly that round was stolen away from them. And so it's not all settled just yet. You do still have a bit of a chance here if you're Mouz Nxt. Going to have to embark on a pretty tall task of getting this game into overtime with a stand-in arriving very, very late. Early banana control, gonna get attempted, and Drop's getting cheeky with it. Okay, Ninjas is also gonna throw it. Oh my god, Decency's doing it as well. It didn't work out so well for his teammates, and it's gone about as well for him as well. Caught in that, I said well too many times in one sentence, and now it doesn't sound right. Well, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, if anything, if you're Fessa here, you've got to be coming in probably motivated. You know, if you can hype up your team right now, you've just realized that, okay, we just saved our bacon once, and now we've got all these massive entries into B. Now we've got another round. Suddenly we've recovered our money. Suddenly we've broken their money. You know, you're actually believing in this one now. You're fighting for overtime, and I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility that Mouz Nxt can get us there. Fessa maybe with his first kill, but he's missed the timing. Furia gets into apartments in time. Does Fessa clear it? Instead just goes up short, so it seems like he'll miss it for now, and Furia's getting away with his gun, which is exactly what he hoped to have happen in this round, although probably to win it, but this is a close second. Fessa coming in. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. But still, Mouz, they're building 2 in a row, 4 away from overtime, and we've already seen how Mouz hold themselves together once they hit those OTs. They managed to, sweat out a double overtime victory against Fnatic Rising yesterday on Vertigo. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself here at 15-11.
No, I think that's a good idea. And I think a bit of a sign of the times is Furia Academy calling in this pause, feeling like this game is starting to slip away from them.
Yeah.
Right? They've got an M4 in this round, but that really is the extent of the weaponry for them. Everyone else is likely going to be on an eco. And so you imagine that 12th round is going to come in, at which point you've got 2 more buy rounds to try and, close this game out. And if you don't win them, then we're heading to overtime, and suddenly Mouz Nxt are right back into this.
So are they going to throw Furia in? Typically, I'd say like this is where you want to set your rifle up, but at the same time, I feel like aggressive banana fights have not been doing Furia any favors in the CT side, right? Mouz have been beating them every time there. Furia's at 25 kills though. So anything is possible as he sits towards the B site. CMB with the Zeus. Oh, he's locked in the corner. Fess is on the board. That's good stuff. So Mouz 5-on-4. Flash peek for drop. He doesn't clear close, and so Sui punishes him. They get ready to go into B, but there are 3 CTs here. Ninjas, if anything, he wants to die here. That sells the fake right now. They might recommit, but Flash goes over the top. Now they know there's a Deagle here too, but they are surely not ready for the third man.
Yeah, still, this has to be a 1v5 spray down from Furia. It's, easier said than done. Yeah. And he's never even given the chance. They decide, well, once we found 3 in B, maybe there's a 4th. Yeah. So they're very, very aware of that possibility. Now we've got one of these 2 rifle rounds that I mentioned, right? You've got this chance here. If this one doesn't go your way, you're taking an eco into round number 30. So this is one of 2 rifle rounds, one of 2 chances you've got if you're Furia Academy to close this game out in regulation.
Here we go. AWP for ZMB as well. Ninjas with the banana spawn. And they will be side by side. Flash is blind, both teams. Torsi holds up with the AWP, but there's smokes, there's mollies, there's even a boost over the top, and oh, Sui's right below. He knocks the bottom off the boost. Ninja's gone, but CMB still stands, and he goes back for more, double dipping with the orb. Finally gets out alive. So Torsi lost in the source in that one. And so JDC is going to try and get out middle. He does for free. Already quick grouping our Mouz to try and take over this A site, and there's only 1 man inside of it.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, if you're a fan of Art's aggro AWPing style, then you're going to love what ZMB brings to the table. He's on this rotation in towards the A site, but we're relying on Pariah to stay alive down here in the pit. Oh, they're up above him. Bomb now down. And he's still waiting for Fessa to give him this fight. There's the head. Oh. Piria's going to take it off. Oh, this pit player tearing through Mouz Nxt. And I tell you what, this could be the end with insight. Xertion left in this undoable clutch, or so you would like to think. But suddenly he's in with 3. Xertion, just 1 man left to find its drop. And right now they're playing mind games. Tap on the bomb, but a re-peek in. And Xertion falls just a little short of an incredible 1v4. Defuse coming in. It is going to be close, but I think Furia Academy might just have it, and indeed they do. 16-12. Furia Academy take the W. And Mouz Nxt, man, it comes down to that Xertion clutch attempt. It looked like it was going to be enough, Hugo.